Everybody, this is Jeffrey Jansen. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get on. I kind of got on late today because it is Halloween and I had the privilege of going trick-or-treating with my daughter tonight. If anybody asks, I dressed up like, I don't know, one of the leaders in the Legal Shield. We'll just say I dressed up like Rich Elderman because I wanted to be an executive director. So, we'll just say I dressed up like them tonight. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get on. And then I'll post some pictures of the what my daughter went as for Halloween. And anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day today. I see a couple of my friends on already. Hey, anytime soon you coming out of the hospital, you know who I'm talking to. I don't want to say a name just in case, but they got you scheduled to come out of the hospital, or have you come home yet? If you do, give me a thumbs up so I know that you're doing good over there. Okay. Anyway, I guess we can get started here in just a second. I know there's a lot of people out right now getting their kid. That's awesome. We've been praying for you. It's been praying for you big time. Trust me. You're a great guy. That's the reason why you're awesome. One of my other friends on there, I noticed that you're closer and closer of having a baby. And I'm keeping you and her both in my prayers and everything. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud to say you're my brother, and I'm very proud of you. So anyway, it's awesome that you're getting ready to have a baby. So thumbs up to that one, buddy. And you're in my prayers also every day. So that's awesome. All right, I guess we can get started. Anyway, today is Halloween, and we all know what that means. That means all the ghosts and goblins are out tonight, and all hollow, you know, all that fun stuff. And it's great watching the kids go out, going from neighborhood or door to door. We went to a neighborhood tonight, and I'm saying this because it'll go into what I'm talking about. We went to a neighborhood tonight to where it's so nice out there tonight. It's so nice outside that the neighbors were handing out candy while they're all just having little parties on their porches. And every year, those of you that are from the Midwest, you understand this, but I get a lot of people from all over the world, but I also get a lot of people that listen to this from different parts of the country. That this time of year right now, it's nasty outside. Like, it's cold, it's rainy, it's nasty. But today, it was just really, really nice out there. And we started getting an early start, and it wasn't wet, it wasn't rainy, it wasn't muddy, nothing like that. In fact, I had a sweatshirt on just in case, and I ended up getting hot. I had to take my sweatshirt off. And I just want to tell everybody, I hope everybody's been safe out there today. And, you know, it's really fun to have activities to do with kids. Now, I know some people always call it the devil's holiday and stuff like that, but quite frankly, I think it's good fun. I think it's good to get out and do different things. You know, it's always nice to get out with your family and friends. And I remember when I was a kid and we used to have like events at school, and then we'd go trick-or-treat, and me and all the neighborhood kids. I think I was the only boy in my neighborhood, but it was my sister and I, the neighborhood girls. And there was like about 15 of us that go around to all the different houses throughout where we live and out in my hometown and everything else. And then when I got in the Marine Corps, my buddy Chris, some of you guys remember, I know he's not on here, so but my buddy Chris and I don't know if you remember this, you know who I'm talking to. We actually would decorate our room for Halloween. We'd actually have Halloween decorations in our barracks room and everything. It was pretty neat. You know, just little things that remind you of home and everything, but it was a fun time. So, anyway, I hope everybody had a great time out there. Tonight, though, you know, let's not forget, you know, that tonight, with all the kids out there running around, there's a lot of police officers out there tonight, you know, making sure that everybody's safe. You know, they don't want to arrest anybody. They just want you to have a good time, but they want you to be responsible. This is Monday, okay? I ran into a friend of mine earlier today, and I always forget that, you know, on here, everybody thinks that I'm Mr. Goody Two-Shoe or something like that. No. My mouth sometimes can run away with itself, and, you know, sometimes I can, and sometimes I deal with certain groups of people that I speak on their language, and I probably shouldn't because sometimes the language is kind of foul, but I deal with a lot of truck drivers and stuff, and I think the world of truck drivers, just like I think the world of military. But sometimes, you know, when there are certain activities people do, like I'm really against drunk driving, okay? People that drive drunk. And sometimes in order to get it, I've had people say, well, you never told me. Well, no, because they didn't hear me. So I make it very clear that people that are driving drunk, that are intoxicated, and they get behind a wheel, that's a no-go. That is no. And I don't believe that you should do it, and you know you're going to get your punishment. And I know a lot of people say the punishments are so harsh. Well, you got to ask yourself, would you rather have a harsh punishment, or would you rather live with the idea that you killed a kid? And I've got a 9-year-old daughter, and I was thinking about some of my language today, and I don't ask forgiveness for it because, quite frankly, I don't think anybody needs to be driving while intoxicated, especially behind a semi, a sleeper truck, any kind of vehicle for that matter, because it's dangerous. And let's face it, you may think you're not drunk, but you are. So just be very mindful of that, and tell your friends if they're drinking and driving out there. I'm thinking about that tonight because I know a lot of bars and stuff, they got activities going on. You got kids out there, and they're not putting 2 and 2 together because they start drinking. So tell your friends to, you know, hey, lighten up and let somebody else do the driving tonight, okay? It's fine to drink. I don't care about that. It's the idea of getting behind the wheel. Don't do that. It's stupid, okay? Let's, police your friends, meaning take care of your friends. Make sure they're not doing it. While we're out there tonight, remember those police that are out there tonight, they are heroes, and we can't forget about our men and women in the military that every night of the week, every day, sorry guys, every time, until this stops, I'm going to always bring it up. 22 veterans in every branch of the armed forces kill themselves every day. And a lot of reasons why is because they don't think they matter. They're not going to reach out to you. They're not going to care what you say or think because they think they have enough pride. Problem is, it's going to take you to actually reach out to them. You don't know their struggles, and you're never going to know it, but it doesn't mean you can't be nice to them. It doesn't mean you can't reach out your hand, shake their hand, tell them thank you, say, introduce them to your kids. Just let them know they're heroes. Look, we understand we got to pay taxes like everybody else. We understand that we have to get jobs and we have to get houses. We understand that no one's going to take care of us. But that doesn't mean you can't be nice to us. That doesn't mean you can't shake out your hand. Understand we're going to mess up. Every day of our life, we're going to mess up. But 22 of them, they're at a point in their life right now where tomorrow they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it till tomorrow. And I don't know if it's any of my brothers and sisters. I don't know if it's anybody that I know. And if it is, everybody on this page right now, would be devastated. It doesn't matter the way we felt about each other while we were in. Every single one of those, I would give my body part to. I would make sure. But people don't understand that they're hurting. A lot of them been through financial times. They've been through legal issues. They've been through war. They've been through combat. They've seen children suffering. They have watched, their friends get blown up in front of them. They come home and then the VA. I mean, to give you an idea, out in California, and I understand they're trying to make it look like it's being taken care of, but the own government was trying to take back bonuses from men that served over 10, 15 years ago in the National Guard. They were trying to take back bonuses when these guys got those bonuses just so that, they would re-enlist to get the bonuses because, let's face it, money's money, and if you don't have very much, you're going to do whatever it takes. And they went back to hell. And then they came back. I don't care what branch of the service they are, you don't take their money back from them after they've already did their job. I don't care what the politics is. I mean, these are the things, think about it. These are the things my brothers and sisters are going through. And then we sit there and we look at the VA and how the VAs are not taking care of us. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, all the veterans. No, they're not being taken care of. Otherwise, 22 of them a day would not be dying. Okay? And that's why I get on here and do this every day. Because I really do love my brothers out there. And there's nothing I can do for them. But I can tell everybody else out there, look, they don't want your money, but they do want you to just be nice to them. They want you, if you know of an extra job somewhere, offer it to them. There's a lot of homeless vets out there. There's a lot of them that are suffering. There's a lot of them that need medical issues. There's a lot of them that, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, and I apologize. But the big pharmaceuticals want to give them drugs that cause depression for their depression. But you go in somewhere like Colorado where like pot's legalized, and guess what? Stuff like that can help some of these guys with PTSD. I'm not a medical technician. I'm not a doctor. But I can tell you what, the more medicines you put into somebody, it seems like the worse off they get. I don't know. I just don't know what to do to help them. But I sit there and I beg and I plead each one of you guys every day to be nice to my brothers and sisters out there. And if there's anything you can do to ever help them, anything you can ever do, I don't want your money, you know, but we do things like in Quincy. Every year we do a thing called Fishing for Freedom, where we bring in veterans from all over the United States, veterans and active duty military personnel. We give them a weekend on the water to crappie fish, bass fish, catfish, and it's a big tournament, and we pay for it, and then we send them on their way. And guess what? I cannot tell you the response from all over the United States we get from that, because the men, they said no one asked anything of us. All they said, they had a trap shoot one year, they have bow and archery another year. You know, a lot of my friends, they love doing that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I'll get off that subject now, but just so you know, look, it doesn't take a person but a few seconds to be kind to somebody. You know, to shake somebody's hand, to tell them that they matter, to let them know they're important. And for all my brothers out there, every night I like to tell you, you matter, you're important. I tell my daughter every single day I love her, that I care about her, that she matters. And I tell my parents that too. And my sister, I used to tell it to her every single day. Because you never know when that time's going to come where they're not going to be there no more. Or you don't know when they need that extra love or that extra energy in them to move on, to keep moving to another day, to keep pushing forward. And sometimes just being nice to some of these guys is all it takes. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Just be nice to them. You know, I mean, do the push-up thing. That's great. That's awesome. That's all. You know, I'm sure that's helping lots of people. But all you got to do is be nice to them. And you never know what that kindness can do to somebody. I'm not a godly person, so I'm not sitting there going with religion and everything else. Do I believe in God? Yes. I will tell you right now, I do believe in God. And I believe in Jesus Christ. But that doesn't mean you have to be a godly person to be nice to somebody. It just means, look, take a little time, be nice, be kind. You know what? You don't have to spend hours or whatever else with them. Okay, so we're moving on now. Now, a lot of people don't understand what it is to achieve, to set out your goals. So I'm going to go into a little bit of goal finding. And I know one of my friends is on here, and he motivates me because I know every day what he does for his work, well, kind of his work, he's a trainer. I want to say he's a personal trainer. Do I say that right, Jay? Personal trainer. So in other words, he motivates people. He gets them lifting. He gets, you know, helping them in any area they can to do more with themselves. Always set the goals. You know, we're always pushing our boundaries, you know, always doing better than who we are. And it's not cardio, it's physical fitness. Man, I'm having a brain fart tonight. I apologize. But anyway, every time you set a goal for yourself in life, we need to set goals for ourselves. And we have to get our energy levels up in order to set those goals. But if you sit down and you do nothing and you just become a slouch, and we all can become like that because if we have no motivation to do something, then why do it? So a lot of people, the reason why they never carry on with their New Year's resolutions, or they set out to lose weight or quit smoking, here's the thing. You got to just quit. You got to just do it. You got to start somewhere. Don't start to where it's like virtually impossible to do. You've got to set your goals in a reasonable place. So, goal 1, say what you're going to do. Me, for my business, I'm going to be an executive director. Okay? Step 2, accomplish it. I said it out loud. I'm an executive director. There you go. Step 3. Still step 1. If you're going to lose weight, I'm going to lose 2 pounds today. I'm going to lose 5 pounds this week. I'm going to lose 20 pounds and then next month. But you have to do something every day to accomplish that. So set your goals and set them to where you can achieve them. But then you always set a little bit higher each time. I remember running in the Marine Corps all the time, okay? We would start out running at short distances, okay? And then eventually people start dropping out. Then certain people go farther distances, and others would start working on being able to go farther distances. After a while, we all run about the same amount of time. We all run our distances. We get our 3-mile run in, but every other day we're running, I can't even tell you how many miles we're running. We just ran until we dropped half the time. And I know that I could run farther than some people, but I had one guy in my platoon, probably one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet in your life. He could actually run and probably once he get done running, he'd just light up a cigarette like it was nothing. Yeah, just light up a cigarette like it was. I'm like, oh my god. We always tell everybody to not, smoke is going to cause. This guy could outrun anybody. And to this day, I have to be flat out honest. He could outrun anybody. And he'd light up a cigarette at the end. So I can't really say to those people that. But anyway, if you want to get better at doing something, you've got to build it out from yourself first. Okay, you gotta work within and then move it out. In other words, if I was talking today at one of my meetings, and they were talking about in an airplane. When that gas mask come down, you have to put yours on first before you can do anything with anybody around you. So always remember when you're doing your goals, you have to put your or your air mask on, oxygen mask on first before you can save anybody else. My analogy is I always use, if you're drowning and you get a buoy sent, you have to save yourself before you can save anybody else. My sister always used to argue with me. I mean, she was always right. Don't ever tell her I said that, but she was always right. If you try to go save anybody else, all you got to do is drown them and yourself at the same time. So in other words, you got to build yourself out from within, okay? You got to find something that motivates you. You got to find a drive. My personal drive is my daughter. Being a single dad, I want to do good by my daughter. And I see so many great parents out there. First, I want to start with this. I see so many great parents out there. I see so many single parents out there that work their butts off for their kids every day, and they do a great job. But then I see a lot of deadbeats. I see a lot of parents that could care less about their kids. They'd rather be in a bar drinking, or they're complaining they don't get to see their kids when they're getting to see their kids, but they're in a bar to complain about not getting to see their kids. Stuff like that always drove me crazy. And it still drives me crazy to this day. So it's like when I put my daughter first, I really want her to come first. Meaning, look, what I do, she has to be a part of whatever I do whenever I do it. She's the reason why I do these right here, because we started something fun and we just continue to carry on with it. There's sometimes why I don't want to do these. But my daughter always reminds me that somebody out there may need me, or they may need that extra energy. They may need that extra emphasis. They may need to know something more. I am nobody important, and people get to choose to watch this. But there are people out there, they want to set goals. They don't know how. There's people out there, they want to go and they want to lose weight, but they don't know how. They want to know what books to read. They want to learn how to make themselves more intelligent. Sometimes we're so busy thinking we're going to win the lottery that our entire life, that's what we count on as a retirement, is the lottery. We don't see that sometimes in life you have to work, and if you don't play the lottery at all and you just save that money you'd normally pay for the lottery, you'd actually have more than what the lottery would put out. Why? Because let's face it, we have to face reality. We sometimes get stuck in these imaginary realms to where we go after things that are so undoable. Okay, so if you're going to win the $250 million lottery, that means everybody else is going for it, which means one person. You could be that lucky person. More than likely not. So why would you waste your money with it? Why would you waste your time? If you keep putting off being with your kids, saying, oh, I'm going to get with them tomorrow, I got to do this today. Oh, I'm going to get with them tomorrow, I'm going to do this today. Eventually your kids, one day it's like the cats in the cradle thing, eventually your kids aren't going to want to be around you, not because they don't love you, but because the time that is theirs, you were not theirs. The time that they needed you the most, you weren't there. Now they grew up. Guess what? They don't need you no more. And whenever they do anything in life, they're going to go to those that were there for them. And a lot of times it's their friends, their families, their aunts and uncles. It's the ones that are there for them that they're going to go back to. So if you're sitting there and you're putting off your kids, and a lot of people are like, well, I got to work. Hey, I didn't tell you that. I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you how it goes. If you keep putting off tomorrow what you can do today, and you can do it today. If watching TV is more important than pulling out a board game and playing with your kids, if you die and you leave your kids with nothing, meaning not a letter, not a video, tell them how you cared about them, how are they going to know? So set goals for yourself and for your kids and your family and everything. Anyway, get off the social media crap. I've been watching all this politics. And you notice I've been staying away from politics. Because to me, I've watched my friends fight my other friends over politics. They're mad at each other. Yes, I will agree. Something, no matter what happens in this election, it's going to change the course of our country. I understand that. But look, these are our friends. You do not have to judge your friends by who they are going to vote for, by who they like. You don't even have to get in an argument with them. I put something on one of mine, and I was like, oh crud, I shouldn't have went there. I played devil's advocate because I'm still human and I did something stupid. And I noticed right away people started attacking, and I was like, look, my friends, they're on both sides of the fence. Me, I don't want anybody to know which side of the fence I'm on, because I love my friends either way, and I'm going to continue to love them. Even after the election's over, I'm going to continue to love them. And they can vote for whoever they want to, whoever their heart's desire is. And if they want to go and put in why they are, that's fine. If the other one wants to say it's fine. As long as they doesn't come to blows, I don't care. Because that's their opinion. That's their freedom to do that. And I'm not going to judge them, and I'm still going to love them. I'm still going to pray for them. I'm still going to be there for them no matter what. Now, if the Cubs don't win, I'm going to get mad. I'm sorry, guys. Cubs eat. No, just kidding. I'm a Cubs fan. My grandpa was a Cubs fan. All right. I've taken up enough of everybody's time today. Just remember this. Find your reason why in life to set a goal. Find a reason why to be nice to somebody. There's a lot of people out there hurting. There's a lot of people out there with depression. There's a lot of people out there, they just need a friend. There's a lot of people out there that are waiting on you to call them. You may have told them 10 years ago you're going to call them. You still haven't called them. They're still waiting on you to call them. Look, it's never too late. It's never too late. And why not take this opportunity in the now to do with the things that you put off for so long? And sometimes you might find out that those things that were so hard for you to do are actually the easiest. I remember one more story and then I'll get going. After my mom died. And I was going to church. I got confirmed and everything else. And one of the scariest things I could do was, for some reason, I was in high school and I quit going to church. And then I started going by church, and for some reason I could never go in. I just couldn't go in. I kept thinking of my mom, I kept thinking of my grandpas, I kept thinking of all the, just so much negative, and every time I got near church it just hurt to go in. I just did not, I was scared. Finally, after about 2 years of it, I finally went in. And it was funny because there was a guy in the back, don't remember his name, you know, he was just an usher. Somebody who knew my grandpa really well. He's like, "Ah, Jeff, how you doing?" You know, like nothing even happened. Like I was there the whole time. And I realized that sometimes the things that we're scared of the most, sometimes the things that we fear the most, are actually just our own personal fears. I went in there and I was welcomed back with open arms. And I don't say that towards a religious aspect. I just towards to tell you about fears. If you're afraid to call a friend, if you're afraid that somebody's still judging you about something from high school, get over it. Pick up the phone, dial. Go by the house and say hi. Do it before it's too late. Do it before you won't have that chance that ever again, okay? Anyway, happy Halloween tonight. If y'all want to join me in a quick prayer, I'd like to say a prayer for some of my friends that are in the hospital. Some of my friends that just lost, one of my friends lost his mom the other day. And he's a good guy, and he really is a really good guy. And I've got some other friends that are fighting terminal cancer. My daughter's grandmother, she is fighting cancer also, and I want to pray for her. I want to pray for the guys that welcome me into their prayer group on Mondays. I didn't get a chance to go there tonight, but I want to pray for each one of them because they're really great guys, and they got the biggest hearts ever. And I think today we were working on anger. I don't know. But I want to pray for them because, you know, Ray's taking me into his prayer group. I want to pray for my leaders that have never given up on me. When I say leaders, that are people like my dad. I want to say prayers for like the Rich Ellermans of the world, the Ray and Gloria Wilsons of the world, the Alan Romans of the world, the Brian Crothers of the world, the Chris Hugheses of the world. People that have nothing to do with me, but like the Jim Rohns that, you know, you listen to these and they encourage you. You know, each one of my teachers that I had, because teachers are heroes. I forgot to say that today too, sorry about that, but teachers are heroes. All the teachers I've ever had, all my brothers in the military I want to pray for. Especially the ones that are getting ready to have kids and everything. I think it's awesome. And the ones that need us tonight, we need to pray for them too. I just want to pray, so if you guys would mind, I'll say a quick prayer, then I'll do an Our Father, a Hail Mary, and then I'll wrap it up, okay? So if you guys want to join me, So in the name of the Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Dear God in heaven, first off, let me thank you for everything you have provided me today. Let me thank you for everything you have done to me today, and let you know that I recognize it is you that let me have the success and the family and the roof over my head. Now God, please let me ask you this. Can you please watch over all the leaders in my life that have loved me and helped me, that they always find success and that they find happiness? Can you watch over my new friends that I have found and have caused me great happiness? Can you please be with my brothers and sisters in the military who do not know which way to go today, and they may not make it tomorrow? Can you just send something or somebody to them to let them know that they matter and they are important? Can you please be with my friends and family and those that are in the hospital today from motorcycle accidents, that have terminal illnesses, that have cancer, that are battling? Can you please be with my friends and family and all those out there today that have lost loved ones? Let them celebrate the person's life and let them know that they are better today for have known that person. Can you please send our prayers to those that we have lost, that they know that we still love them, and can you let us know that they still love us? God, please today be with all those children out there that are on the roadways, that are knocking at people's doors asking for candy, that they all get home safe. Please be with all the single mothers and dads out there that are struggling, that they're such great parents, they just need a little bit of breath of fresh air in their life. Please be with all of the parents out there that are married and together, that have struggled and sacrificed and have made it through the most difficult of times. God, please watch over our country, that it goes in the direction that it needs to go in. Please watch over all of those new parents-to-be that are getting ready to have children that are scared, and I know they're scared, but they're going to be great parents. Please watch over all those that are not in the military also, that have depression and that are suffering on the inside, that they know that they matter, that they know that they have caused happiness in other people's lives, and if just one single thought could just make them know that they're important, would be great. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now at the hour of our death. Amen. And the Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now know this. I'm nobody important. I'm nobody special. I sin just like everybody else. I have problems just like everybody else. But I want each and every one of you to know that in your own way, each one of you guys matter. Each one of you has made a difference in somebody's life. Each one of you has been an influence, has been an instructor, has been a teacher. Each one of you has been a student. And each one of you has made a difference. And you need to know that every day. You've made a difference in your kids' lives. You've made a difference in your friends' lives, in your family's lives. You may not see it, or they may not tell you, but you need to know that. Be a good parent. Teach your kids to read. Read with your children. Pray with your children. Be there for your children. And if you have bad habits, do whatever it takes to get over them. Every one of you guys matters. Enjoy Halloween tonight. If you want something bad enough, speak it into existence. Write it down on the wall. Set your goals high. Never give up. Never give in. Never do anything less than your best. Because one day you're going to look back and it's not the idea of being on top. It's the idea of the struggle that got you on top is what's important. Every one of you, thank you for being who you are. And I look forward to talking with everybody soon. Bye, everybody.